What's up? It's AK Babyface. Subscribe to supporting icons for the latest boxing news.
So with the recent news, as per my recent video, that Andy Ruiz Jr. looks like he's going to be taking on a Charles Martin, where does that leave Luis Ortiz? Because for me, and I'm sure many of you, you were expecting Andy Ruiz Jr. versus Luis Ortiz next. So where does that leave him? Now, we do know that the PBC, they pretty much control all their fighters. I mean, they even turned down a $7 million offer from Anthony Joshua for Luis Ortiz to fight him, and didn't even tell Luis Ortiz about it until after the fact, apparently. Luis Ortiz, he's turned down $2 million to fight Dillian Whyte before. Again, not an opinion, it's a fact. Luis Ortiz has turned down quite a few fighters. Even turned down a Filip Hrgović for the IBF mandatory, and that was quite recent. So where does that leave him? The curious case of King Kong Luis Ortiz. What's he going to do next? If he's not going to be fighting Andy Ruiz Jr., which is the fight people thought was going to happen, then where does he go? The PBC will only do in-house fights. They want to keep Luis Ortiz as this kind of boogeyman, this dangerous fighter, which, of course, he is dangerous. He's a heavyweight, and of course, he's southpaw. But how good is he? We don't know, because he doesn't step up. And that's the problem. We want to see him step up. So with the Andy Ruiz Jr. fight no longer on the table, by the looks of it, who's he going to fight? For me, I'll be quite interested for, as far as in-house fights are concerned, Luis Ortiz versus Otto Wallin. That would be an interesting one. If not, Luis Ortiz versus Dominic Brazil. Because there isn't really anybody else out there, is there? But the kind of fight that he's going to fight next, do not be surprised if it's Jonathan Rice. Jonathan Rice, of course, has just got a victory over Michael Coffey about a week and a half ago. So don't be surprised if it's going to be him, even though Jonathan Rice does have, what, half a dozen losses on his resume in his very short career so far. Don't be surprised if that happens. But for me, I want to see Luis Ortiz. I want to see how good he is. But we're not seeing it. And I've been saying this for quite some years. I want to see him step up. It's not good when your best win is 2015 against Brian Jennings. Arguably, in the same year, Tony Thompson. So it's wrong that you have to go back 6 years to find a good win for Luis Ortiz. I don't want to be seeing him take on Razvan Kajanovs of the world or the Alexander Flores and that of the world anymore. No more of these, please. No more. If he's really that good, if he's really that dangerous to the heavyweight division, then put him in there with somebody, please. For the love of God, put him in there with somebody. Luis Ortiz, it seems, has no choice in who it is that he fights. He has no negotiating power. No, nothing. He's told who he's going to fight and how much is he going to get. So who's he going to fight? Hopefully Otto Wallin. That'd be two southpaws. Why not? It'd be an interesting one. Would it be interesting, Luis Ortiz versus Dominic Brazil? In some ways, no. I'm not that bothered by that fight. But a Dominic Brazil will be better than somebody that he's fought before. Outside of Wilder, of course. But it is curious, or I am curious as to what it is that Luis Ortiz is going to do next. I would fully expect him to be on the Ruiz-Charles Martin undercard, probably a chief support, because they're going to probably try and build this fight up a little bit by putting Luis Ortiz on the undercard as maybe a chief support to it or something, with the rumour that maybe he'll go and fight Andy Ruiz Jr. once Andy Ruiz Jr. is done with Charles Martin. That's probably how they're going to try and build it, but in the meantime, they'll throw him in with a Jonathan Rice. Watch this space. Watch this space. Drop your thoughts below. Click thumbs up, subscribe. Catch you on the next video.